there, analyzers. Welcome back to another segment of Let's Analyze This. As promised last week, today we'll be analyzing how social media has impacted beauty standards in today's society. With the world getting digitized and the beauty industry being worth over 532 billion US dollars, with butts and boobs growing bigger and waistlines and nose bridges getting thinner, was this at all inevitable? Why are we letting social media put so much pressure on us? Are we insecure? Are only women impacted? All of this and more will be answered, so grab a cup of tea and let's analyze it. Before we move on, guys, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. And as we progress in the conversation, leave your opinions in the comment section below. Hit the bell button so that you get notified each time we have a new post. Thank you, guys. Before we get started, I have my co-analyzer with me here, Talia. Do you want to say hello? Hello.
Hey, guys. Welcome back.
And today we have two fabulous guests on our show. Our first ever guest, guys. In the brown top dress, we have Tokumba Lawal, who's an esthetician and the owner of Your Skin Beauty Bar. Say
yes. Hello, everyone. Hello.
And the other beautiful lady I have, I don't know what box she will be in, so I can't refer to that, guys. So I have Tinuke, a successful beautician, wig and human hair guru, and owner of TK Hair and Beauty. Say hello.
Hey. Hello, everyone.
So to start, can we vote by a show of hands who thinks that social media has impacted beauty standards in today's society? All of us. So, Talia, do you think that social media has impacted beauty standards for everyone, or maybe just people who use social media? Do people who don't use social media get influenced by people who use it, so in a passive way rather than in an active way? So, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
So I definitely do feel that social media has impacted the beauty industry, and not just the beauty industry, the way individuals perceive beauty to be. Unfortunately, it's not just people that are on social media. I read a study that said that even people that are not on social media. So what happens is that people tend to look at people. It's mainly even people that they're not close to.
Right.
So people have admiration for people that they're not close to, rather than their friends and family. So the reason why social media has made such an impact on young girls and the population at large is because as human beings, we tend to have more of an admiration for people we don't know than people we do know. Because this person
we are seeking validation from strangers, essentially. That's what we're doing.
Exactly.
Tinuke, do you want to maybe tell us what you think, and why are we so focused on, or why do we seek validation from people that we don't know? Why are we so hell-bent on getting, these likes and the hearts on Facebook, or what they're called? Why do we seek that? Why does the human mind seek that?
In my own opinion, I think because you perceive them as being perfect people. These are people you don't know, you just see them from a distance. So you think, oh, these people have got everything going on for them. Their lifestyles are perfect, because these are people you see maybe going on luxurious holidays, wearing designers, having the best of the best of the best. So they're strangers, but you can in a way, you can like relate with them rather than the people you see on a daily basis. Like, say, for instance, myself as an example, I know Talia. If I see Talia's picture, like, I won't really relate to it in that way and perceive, oh, okay, in quotes, she has like made it. I want to be like her, because I know her, it's called they say see finish. Like, I know her inside out, if you get what I mean.
So Dr. Kumba,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. What would you personally, I mean, for all of us, it's kind of different. What would you define as unrealistic beauty standards? What would it be for you personally? What would it be for all of us, kind of? I want you to go first.
Realistic. Want it to look like the other person.
Is that unrealistic?
Yes, it is. For me, I mean, because okay, let's take for instance, we all use social media. I mean, all of us on here use social media, don't we? And the beauty industry, like you said, is worth about 532 billion, because I did research it as well, and I saw that it was worth billions. And we've gone from just watching adverts on TV, right, to actually going onto Instagram and looking at influencers. I call them mini celebrities, okay?
Right.
So, and you look at these influencers, you just look at them and you see the way they look and the makeup they have on and the way they have the perfect body and all of that. And we keep forgetting that a lot has gone into them looking that way. Some of them, that is their job, and I see it as something's gone behind the scene. They do have makeup on. They actually have the stylist head on, but we do not see all of that. All we see is this perfect body with a flat tummy. I mean, we all do it sometimes. I want to have this lovely looking picture and I'm having to suck in my tummy. But you seeing it would not know that that's what I'm doing, but automatically you feel like I have this perfect body. So that for me is unrealistic standards, because you wanting to look like somebody where you don't know the person. Everyone aspires to all the Kardashians, you want to look like them, but they've been through a whole lot. It's just not what you see on the outside. They've been through a lot of surgeries. They do lots of beauty treatments, and spend a whole lot of money just to look at the way they are. So I feel like, for me, that is what I perceive as unrealistic standards, because wanting to look at the next person where you don't know what they actually have been through to actually get to that stage. And obviously it does have a lot of impact on a whole lot of people, talking about their mental health, and there's a whole lot that comes with it. And being an esthetician, I see it every single day. People come into the clinic and they want to do this treatment, especially people with whole Instagram and social media has made everyone feel like we all have perfect skin. Or if you do have pimples on your face or you have some pigmentation, then you have a problem. That's not seen as beauty.
All right.
And I have to do a whole lot to actually try to talk to clients and make them feel confident to take off their makeup, because that's the only way I can actually see your skin to be able to treat you. So a lot of people are hiding behind their cameras and filters and, making a lot of people, especially younger people coming up, and feel like this is what it is to be beautiful. I think beauty is more to do with your attitude, your personality, your self-confidence, your thoughts, rather than what is just on the outside, the people see.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's so easy to see something on social media and think, wow, I want to be like that. I'm guilty. But the one thing that I'm a bit different from that perception is I never follow through. So I start up a plan. I'm like, okay, I need to get snatched. I need to do this. And then I'm lazy. And before you know it, I'm eating again. And my stomach is coming out again. Because obviously after you've had kids, you tend to have that pouch. So I feel like a lot of this social media influence has to do with confidence. Now, for me, I am very happy with my little afterbirth pouch to walk around. It doesn't bother me at all. So whether I eat, I don't eat, I'm comfortable in my own skin. That doesn't necessarily mean that I don't want to be snatched, because I do want to be snatched, but I won't necessarily put it down to anybody influencing me to want to be snatched. So I think your mental state and your confidence in yourself has a lot to play on that.
Let me ask this question. Who out of the four of us would actually get, let's say, plastic surgery? Who would you have anything fixed, anything done on your body surgically? Is there anybody who would have it done?
I would. Totally.
No, you wouldn't. I would.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
I totally would, especially when it comes to my stomach. I'm very comfortable in my own skin. Let me put that out there. I am totally comfortable. I grew up being called rubber lips by my secondary school friends, but these lips is what everybody wants these
Wants to
days.
have, yeah.
Exactly.
You can ask me.
So I grew up,
That's what
I grew up
they're paying for.
in that box that I wasn't perfect. But as the years have gone by, I have seen
Mhm.
myself to be extremely beautiful.
Mm.
But when it comes to, it's not because I'm not comfortable. It's just that that's something that I would love to have my snatched waist back at some point in my life.
But
I mean,
then, if let me just get in there a little bit. But then, if you're that comfortable, but still you're willing to go under the, I'm guilty of the same thing, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Yeah.
If you're so comfortable in your skin and you don't care, and your baby pouch, you're okay with it, why are you willing to do something as drastic as going under the knife? And do you think there's some level of influence from social media? Because at the end of the day, we can all say we're comfortable.
Yeah.
You and I can say, oh, I'm just doing it for myself. I would like to be snatched. But at the end of the day, if we were the only people on earth walking the earth, we wouldn't be thinking about plastic surgery. At the end of the day, it still has to do with how people view us. Because if you were alone in this world, you wouldn't be getting it done, would you? Would you?
For me, I honestly, I don't. It has nothing to do with what people think.
Right.
Because, like I said, I have been walking around. Like my last child is 5, so in 5 years, I didn't bother to exercise to reduce the stomach.
Right.
But I just, at this point in my life, I'm just like, look, I don't need to exercise. I can afford this thing. Why am I going to kill myself to go and exercise?
But
then, I'm looking for the easy way out. For me, it's more for the easy way out. It's not about how anybody perceives me. That's it's not a thing for me.
But then how often are you going to do that? Because it's a cycle, right?
Well,
exactly.
The thing is, so I already have this thing planned out in my head, yeah? I already think I'm going to go and just suck out the fat.
Okay.
And it's going to be good. So what I really want to do is have them reconstruct my abdomen muscles, so that way it's firm again.
It's firmer again.
Okay? I won't have to keep going back for more. And I'm at the prime of my life. So if I don't get it done now, I probably would never get it done. Right. And since the mister has said we're not having any more kids, I'm good. That means for me, I need to get my snatch on.
Yeah, I was going to say that even with the surgery you're thinking of having, you still need to exercise. So you can't altogether run away from the exercise. So whether you do the surgery might be like more like it's not it's a temporary fix, but you still have to keep up with it. So it's not something that once you do the surgery, then that's it. No.
It's just I just want to have this excess skin off. That's what it is. It's the excess skin. It's not necessarily that, like you said, you're right. I might not keep up, but I know that excess skin will be gone and it will never come back because I'm not a fat person.
It's just more about what you're comfortable in. If that's what you want to do, and you're comfortable doing it, well, yeah. Some people do it for the wrong reasons. I mean, but if that's what you're comfortable in, I never judge anyone.
So, based on what you've just said, you're saying that there are right reasons and wrong reasons to
get your body done. Yes, a lot of people do it for the wrong reasons, and I'm sure some of you would agree with me on that one, because apart from even having your tummy done, just to get it right after having kids, you have the mommy tummy and all of that. Yeah, that's fair enough. But some people do other sorts of surgeries, like having your rhinoplasty done, your nose done, okay, to have it look thinner, or because Chloe has a thin looking nose and you want to get it done, or the new thing is having the butt done. So everyone wants to have a big bum and everyone wants to look the same. To me, it's I don't know if it has to do with the mental state of you, right? But it's really, really sad that a lot of people want to all look the same. And for the wrong reasons, maybe to appease the opposite sex and all of that. I really do not understand why a lot of people do that. But you know, there are a lot of things that go on. Like now, they have started to do, rather than having to go on the surgery, because I do the non-surgical rhinoplasty where we use fillers to do the nose and make them look thin and look the cheeks and make it look, you know, if you want to have like big cheekbones like I do, or your lips to get, you know, looking like, you know, mine, because a lot of people, like you said earlier, you know, give you the compliments, oh, you have, your looks look really nice, but obviously this is the way I look. I don't think there's anything I would want to correct in my body, but obviously some people do it for the wrong reason. Some people just do it because they just want to, you know, just enhance the beauty that they already have, and some people just overdo it. I get so many clients coming and they want to have, you know, this lips that would, you know, I would never feel comfortable doing it. I'm a practitioner where you come in, I would have to make sure you understand that I do everything for you to look as natural as possible, because at the end of the day, all of these things have side effects. You know, they all have side effects, and it's my duty to actually educate you, because a lot of people do, you know, a lot of people like myself just do it and just do it for the money. But I love what I do, and I have a reputation I do not want to destroy. You know,
I mean, for clients that you've just those ones are the ones that we typically say are, you know, they're fanatics of looking like their perfect idol. You know, they've got, these people have Kim Kardashian placed all over their walls. You know, for me, you know, it's a mental thing. You know, I'm, like I said before, and I'll keep stressing it, I'm very comfortable. Like I don't have to do it, but I want to, because it's just that I have this ideology of how I should be looking at this age, and this isn't it really. So it's not really, you know. So I understand when people are wanting to do more and wanting to do. To me, I think that that's more of a psychological issue, and it's them not really accepting themselves for who they are. It's more of a confidence thing.
Can I ask you, Talia? You said you have this idea of how you want to look like
At this age, yes.
Or how, at this age, how you should look like. Where does the idea stem from? Where does it come from? I'm just asking you.
So, you know, as a child,
you
know, as a child, you know, you paint yourself, you know, you've pictured who you're gonna get married to, how many kids you're gonna have, what you're gonna be doing at a certain age, you know. And unfortunately, there's certain, or should I say fortunately, there are certain thoughts that you had as a child that still stick with you as an adult, because you have definitely painted yourself. You know, people have started designing their wedding dress even before they even knew they were going to get married, you know. So those are the kind of, you have those ideologies and you just kind of build on it. So I've always had that thought that, you know, I started having kids early, so I've painted myself to be this yummy mummy, you know, kind of look, you know. That I always joke with my daughter. I'm saying, oh, you know, baby girl, we're going to be wearing belly tops together when mummy fixes, you know. It's just, you know, you want to have that. And those are the things that I have had as a child growing up. I want to be so close to my children. I want to have this bond, you know. So just, I think that's where my line of thought comes from.
Okay, I'm just going to answer that question for myself, because I partially agree. Well, I want to get surgery done. And where our opinion kind of differs is I'm going to admit to being for the thoughts that have come into my head, right? So before all of social media and all of, you know, going on Instagram and seeing all of these bodies, you order something and therefore people with wider hips and, you know, all of these kind of stuff. I never saw myself with, you know, a flat tummy and all of that stuff. So for me, I have to admit that it has definitely impacted, you know, how I see beauty. So I have to admit that I want to get my body done. I want to get all of these things done because I think that I will be perceived to be more, you know, more beautiful or more accepted. So I want to ask you, Tanike, as a wig lady, you make wigs,
Yeah.
and with people feeling the need to, which is something that I personally am I'm a partaker in. Why do we feel the need to, okay, I have a foundation that works for me, for my skin. Okay, let's say I have, a dewy foundation, a matte foundation, and something in between, all right? A cheap one for, every day or whatever. Why do we feel the need to stock up on these things? Because a beauty influencer that we look up to has them. And also, as a wig lady, I'm asking you this because we have the need to have the long wig, the straight wig, the curly wig, the blue wig, the blonde one. Does it also have to do with us not, for me, for example, I was having a conversation with a friend. I couldn't go to an interview in braids or just with my own hair, my natural hair. I have to have a wig on. And I had to admit to myself, again, shamefully, that, I don't find myself without all of these things that social media shows me to be the standard of beauty. I don't find myself acceptable. Let me say acceptable, for lack of a better word, without all of those things. Why do you think that is?
Okay. Speaking from my own perspective with regards to wigs, I would say, I think my answer is going to be a bit biased because that is what I do. But for me, I would say there is a wig for every single location. There's a wig for every single location. Say, for instance, and then it also depends on the outfit you're putting on, where you're going. Like, for instance, if I'm going for an interview, like you rightly mentioned, I would probably not put on this Afro wig because I wouldn't want them to, like, I would want to be perceived as maybe somebody serious or whatever. So if I were going for an interview, I wouldn't put on maybe a blue wig or a red wig or ginger or something like that.
Right.
So I would probably go with maybe like a straight, just simple, basic, something that would look professional. You get what I mean? So I think, to be honest, okay, in terms of the makeup and the influencers' point of view, I think the influencers, they just do the with regards to their names, influence. So like the influence your perception, the influence your decision. So say for instance, if you're a makeup artist or you're an influencer and you did a live video showing me the kind of makeup products you're using, and we have this, even if we don't have the same skin tone, by the time you're done, I'm like, oh wow. So I can actually get this look using maybe Mary Kay or something. And mind you, I've always used MAC. The next thing I would do, without even thinking, if I have the money, I would go on Mary Kay websites and get the products, the list of the items you use, because in a way, I just want to look like you. I just want to look as perfect as as you. Sometimes as well, it might not even be a live, because live video we can see the process of how you're using it. It may be maybe you posted a picture and you listed all the products you used.
Right.
But I could just go purchase those products without even bearing it in mind that this picture that you've posted is not the raw picture. It's been edited, it's been filtered to make the face glow. They've probably added, if touched it up a bit. But at the end of the day, because an influencer or somebody that is famous, has used those products, for me, it would look like this person has endorsed these products. So even if I don't use them, even if I don't necessarily need them, sometimes I think it just boils down to the individual. Really.
Okay. So I just feel like social media. Once we understand that the social media is not real, I think a lot of people will change the whole perception about what beauty actually is. I mean, it took a while for me to get comfortable in my own skin, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, because I was one that would not go. Well, like maybe that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I would not go to the off license or any shop without having makeup on, no matter how quick I wanted to go in there. I would how to put something on my face. But then I realized that, you know, especially as I grew into my career, and I realized that honestly, this is even doing more harm than good. You know, when I started going into the science part of it, and I realized that, listen, you would even age quicker, you know, having all of this on.
Tinuke has to leave us right now. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your input.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. So guys, with only both of you left, and you know myself, obviously, I would like to know what makes it. What's the one thing that makes it very obvious, like unshakable? To me, it is the universal Instagram browse that everybody has. We have, we have the steps that we take with the concealer and the gel and all of that. So people in Africa are doing it. People in Asia are doing it. We in Europe are doing it. So it's social media that's shown us we only connect that thing via social media.
Everybody's bum has increased in size and the waist has snatched in. I mean, I'm all for the waist snatching. And you know, you just think, wow, everyone's having the same figure. You know, so for me, I
think for me it's more the fact that because I'm usually on Instagram most of the time, and I realize that a lot of people, and well, I don't want to say, well, are now moving from actually makeup into being conscious about their skin. So I actually I am having to look at a lot of medical grade products because that's what I do. So I'm having to research a lot of brands as to what I want to have in the clinic, as to, you know, how I can help other people feel better about their skin. So I think for me, it's much more
positive impact.
Absolutely.
There are obviously, now that you've shed some light on it, Tokumbo, we can say that there can be positives and there can be negatives with Black women taking proper care of their hair, to, you know, taking proper care of your teeth, and now that what you've just mentioned, just taking better care of our skin, and maybe for some people actually going to the gym. So it's not always negative where we have butt fillers and lip fillers and cheekbone fillers. It's also some positive things which we have to acknowledge. But with depression, anxiety, eating disorders, sleeping habits being terrible, and mood swings, and all of those kind of mental health issues being on the rise, the more you're on social media, the more you're likely to suffer from one or many of these, you know, mental health issues. And so, but let me ask you, do you think men also suffer these things? I mean, not the mental health disorders. Do you think they are as impacted as we are?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Every man wants a six-pack because what have you seen? Maybe David, I don't know, I'm just saying, but have you seen David Beckham's body? Every man wants to look happening like to everybody. It's not just singled out on one sex or one gender. It's the whole world. The whole world has gone bonkers on social media.
Oh yeah, I do have a lot of people coming in, or a lot of men, I mean, coming in to actually get their face done now and wanting to look a certain way. Or have their lips done a little bit. A lot of men are becoming more aware of their bodies and how they look as much as we women are.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with
people
that.
Coming for the radio frequency to get their tummy tightened after they've been to the gym. Yeah, you get a lot of all of that. So men are becoming very aware.
Wow. So just before we leave and before we round up, what are the kind of solutions that what can we do to make sure we don't get lost in social media and unrealistic standards that we set for ourselves based on what we see? Talia, do you want to go?
I think personally, like I've been stressing throughout this whole conversation, is confidence and self-love. People need to start to develop that self-love, self-worth, and confidence from within. That is something that nobody can give you. You have to learn, and it might take some therapy or some someone holding your hands through the journey, but it's definitely something that everybody needs to work on. Everybody needs to learn to be comfortable in their own skin.
What about you, Tokumbo?
I think I'm kind of like on the same. I agree with Natalia totally, completely. Like, I had the issue with the lips as well. But then when everybody started to compliment, because if you ask me one part of my body I do not feel comfortable about is my lips. That's one of the reasons why I do not wear bold colors. I tend to wear nude colors because I feel if I put on a red lip, it would be, or a red lipstick, it would be too big. So I'm always on a, nude lipstick. You would never catch me wearing bold colors. I just realized that, it's now the thing that's in. A lot of people see me and they'll be like, oh, what filler are you using? Or what's your doctor? And I'm like, no, it's all natural. It's me. Yeah, because my lips are quite big. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah.
Never asked me that before. They just know that is natural.
Well, people still ask me. Basically, as long as you're comfortable with who you are and you know that the social media there is not real. Not everyone comes out there and cry on social media. Not everyone, you don't see that hard side of life. You just see the end results, and everybody wants the end result. So you need to always have the back of your mind that everything you see has a lot of production that's come into it. I mean, when all the whole corona thing was going on, I stopped watching TV. Right. You ask me what's happening on the news, I cannot tell you what's happening on the news because I felt it was too much and we were all getting sucked into it.
Tokum, but you know what? I actually agree with you on, that's what I was going to say. I think as soon as you realize that it's taking a toll on you, you need to fix your feed. Like your Instagram feed. Delete all of those people that are making you feel uncomfortable. Take away all of those. So just fix what you see. You have the ability to fix that. What you search for as well, it trickles, and then you get the ads based on what you're searching for. As long as you control all of those, you'll be good.
Yeah, definitely.
As long as we have those things in mind, and I know this sounds cliche, but self-love is also, part of confidence, but just love yourself. Nobody's opinion of you should outweigh your opinion of yourself. I think as long as you have that and you fix your feed, fix what is coming into your space, that is your space. If you don't want something there, fix it. If it's, I don't want to say the same name over and over again. If it's some celebrity that's making you feel less of yourself, delete them. It's it's as simple as that. I'm just so glad that we were able to talk about this today, because I think that's something that a lot of people need to hear. As I said, I'm definitely one of the people that it affects. Social media definitely impacts how I see myself and how I see people around me, and it's just something that I have to fix. And I realized that just talking about this topic and researching it just opened my mind to so many things. Even you, Tokumba, when you arrived, I asked you if you were done, because it just seemed like you didn't have any, it seemed like you didn't have any makeup on. And for me, in my brain, you weren't done. You didn't look done. You had to confirm to me that you were done. And that's
okay. And really, I just hope someone that actually feels really down and feel like, no one's accepting them and, no one's liking the pictures actually can watch this and actually understand that, it's far from just what you see on the outside. It's much more. Beauty comes from within. You need to learn to appreciate yourself. And everything else would really not matter, whatever, anyone says about you. Because some people commit suicide for this. Some people are bullied online for this. It goes beyond just, what we see. There's a whole lot that happens, as to how the beauty industry actually impacts our lives.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of this segment. We hope that you've enjoyed the conversation. We hope that you've enjoyed watching us analyze this. Please drop your comments in the comment section below so we know how you feel, how you think that it's impacted us, impacted you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so that you get notified when we post the next video. And
give us a thumbs up, guys.
Our topic for next week will be "My heart is yours, but my phone is mine." We're going to discuss why people are comfortable giving their hearts away, but not their phone. Are there any sinister motives behind it? analyze this with us next week. So I really want to thank our guest, Tokumbo, for joining us today. We enjoyed having you. We enjoyed hearing your view.
Yes,
thank you for having me.
We also want to thank, even though she's left, we want to thank Tinuke for joining us as well. Thank you for your for enlightening us with your thoughts. Yeah, that is all from us today, guys, and we will catch you on our next video. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.